Last year at this time, we were actively commiserating with kids who had their heart set on going to camp, but who are not able to because most were canceled due to COVID. With very careful planning and consideration, most are now preparing to welcome their campers back. So kids nationwide are once again packing and trundling off to these magical and special places where many of them report they feel they can be truly themselves. Whatever that means, it is a wonderful thing. As you know, I spent many summers at Ramah. The approach of Staff Training Week always reminds me of the charge that Rabbi Joel Roth would give to counselors, the same one every year. Who are you, he asked, you may be wondering, to positively influence the campers in your charge? You just graduated high school, maybe you finished a year or two of college. But make no mistake, your effect cannot just be positive, but it can be lifelong. And he quoted what the prophet Samuel said to Saul after Saul made a decision on his own that would cost him his throne. Im katona ta be'enecha, rosh shivtei Yisrael ata. You may feel small in your own eyes, but in the eyes of the people, you stand at the head of all the tribes. Samuel was channeling the spies who came back from their mission in this week's Parsha. They self-reported how they were sure they were perceived by the land's current inhabitants. We looked like grasshoppers to ourselves, and so we must have looked to them. To which Joshua and Caleb said, we are not small, we are not grasshoppers. As their descendants, we affirm that we are the inheritors of a grand and beautiful tradition, should we choose to embrace it. And we should and do, in hopefully increasingly meaningful ways. Shabbat Shalom.